Once there was a very wealthy merchant in the city. He had a lot of wealth. One day he did the calculations and found that whatever wealth he had, it would be enough only for his children. He got into thinking that how money will be arranged for the grandchildren and then the next generation. In the absence of money, their life will become very difficult. Thinking about this, he started getting very worried. But in those days, wise Rumi Master was visiting to his city. Someone told him that you should take advice of wise Rumi Master. He will definitely solve your worries. That person goes to Rumi Master and says, Master, I want that I have so much money, that my children, after them, their children and then their children. In the same way, if the next many generations keep using my money, still my money, do not end. Master smiled and said, it will be like this. But before that, you come by giving food for a day to the family living in the hut outside this city. Hearing this, the wealthy merchant became very happy, and immediately with a bag full of food items for a day, he reached the hut outside the city. As soon as he went inside the hut, he saw that there is an old mother-in-law and her young daughter-in-law inside the hut. The old woman was sitting and meditating, and her daughter-in-law was cooking in the kitchen. Looking at the daughter-in-law, wealthy merchant carried forward the bag of food items and said, I am a rich and wealthy merchant of this city and have brought one day's food ration for your family. Keep it. Hearing this, the daughter-in-law refused and said, but we have arrangements for today's food. Wealthy merchant said, so this will make arrangements for tomorrow's food. The woman said, sorry, but we don't store it. For the next day as well, we make arrangements for daily food. Hearing this, wealthy man fell into thinking, there is a people who don't even collect for their tomorrow, and I am the one who is dying worrying about amassing wealth for many generations to come. Now that wealthy merchant understood why Rumi Master had sent him to this hut outside the city. The next morning, that wealthy man again reached Rumi Master and said, Master, what you wanted to understand me, now I have understood it. But will you tell me in a little detail what is worry, how it arises, and what is its solution? Rumi Master said, worrying for tomorrow may or may not change our tomorrow, but it definitely takes away our happiness today. Anxiety is such a mental illness that takes away all kind of happiness from our life and makes it monotonous. In fact, worry has no real existence. Anxiety is a feeling, a thought that arises out of fear of the future, things over which we have. Rumi Master further said, just think deeply once and see that the things in which you have absolutely no control, which you cannot change even if you want to. If you don't think about those things all day, then what will go wrong? Hearing this, the person said, Master, do you mean to say that we should stop thinking about anything or event? Master said, whatever problem has come in life or is going to come, thinking about it and finding a solution to it is the religion of our intellect. But to think about the same problem over and over again is a mental illness. When our mind gets stuck in one event, one thought, keeps thinking about the same thing or event all day, stuck in that thing only, then such a thought takes away all the happiness, all the peace, all the joy from our life. There is a simple meaning of worrying, that which has not happened in our life. Keep thinking in vain about it. Pointing towards rich man, Rumi Master said, what will you change after thinking? But yes, if you are doing something for it, then you can definitely bring some change. But if you stop thinking about that thing or event again and again, going to go wrong. So why do you keep thinking about the same thing? Why are you destroying all your happiness and peace of life in your own hands? Most of the events that people keep worrying about in the future, most of them never happen in their life. Worrying will not solve your future problems, but your happiness today will surely go away. You realize one thing, that an hour full of worry makes you more tired than the whole day's hard work. In fact, even when some unpleasant event happens in real life, it doesn't hurt us as much as we have hurt ourselves by thinking about it in our mind. Friends, if you are also troubled by the habit of worrying about everything, Wealthman asked Rumi Master, Master, then what is the right way to live life according to you? Master said, the second name of the past is repentance, sadness, and the other name of the future is struggle. If today there is a desire in our mind and it is not fulfilled, then the mind starts making plans for the future. It starts thinking that all the wishes will be fulfilled in the future. But life is neither in the future nor in the past. Life is the name of this moment. That is, the experience of this moment is the experience of life. And knowing all this, we remain ignorant of this truth. Either we are lost in the memories of the past, or we keep making plans for the future, and our life passes. Only one truth if we carry within ourselves, that neither we can change the past, nor we can see our future. We can only welcome the future. With full patience and courage, accept it. So by doing this, will not every moment of our life be filled with life? Wealthy man said, Master, you are right. But no matter how hard you try, there is always the worry. If not much, then there is always the worry of the family. Master said, it is natural to be worried, but it is our job to convert that worry into contemplation. Let me remind you one thing, which you already know. Even before you came, this world was there. It was society, it was family. And even when you leave this world, all these things will remain there. It hasn't changed much with your coming and going. Anyway, the time before you come and after you leave is not in your hands. You have in your hands only, and only that time which you are living now, the time in which I am talking to you now and you are listening to me. Then it disappears forever. So what will you do with this moment? Will you waste it by worrying? I would only say that every person should think about how this time can be used more and more great. How may we all share happiness? Keep in mind that worry takes a person to his pyre, and contemplation makes his mind happy. Rich man said, Master, I understand your point, that not taking life too seriously, we should try to live it in the present, with full energy and joy. Rich man further questioned, but Master, if a person has been surrounded by anxiety, how did he come out of it? Rumi Master said, have you ever come out of a big tunnel? How terrible is the darkness inside the tunnel. There is always a fear of what will happen if one gets trapped inside it, how to come out of this tunnel. But if you look carefully, no matter how big the tunnel is, there is always light on the other side of the tunnel. That light can be reached only by the one who crosses the entire tunnel and reaches the other end of the tunnel. Same way, many times in our life, we find ourselves trapped in a dark tunnel of despair and anxiety from which there is no way out, and it seems that this life will end like this. But in such a situation, just like that, the tunnel, the light of hope that ends this despair and worry, comes only to the one who keeps on moving forward, who keeps on trying. So if you ever have a moment of sadness and worry in your life, don't stop, just keep trying. You will definitely get success. By now, Rich Man had understood the words of Wise Master. He thanked Master and left from there. Friends, we should develop the attitude to let go of things in our life, that no matter what happens will be seen. No matter what has happened, my control was not there. Whatever happens now, I will make it better. What matters most in life is our happiness, and we will be happy only when our hearts and minds are not burdened with worries. So, don't worry, live happily.